Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Global Chinese Financial Forum's 2006 Toronto Area Conference. I'm Judith Jacob with Global Connections Marketing, and I join with my partner Ivy Lee in thanking you for attending today. I'm sure that this is going to be a wonderful experience. We're here to meet one another, to see people that we know and meet people that we don't know. So we're going to keep the formalities brief. And you'll notice at your place that you have a number of items that you can take with you, including Modesty magazine and a program for today's lunch. Also, you've placed your business cards in a box, and we'll be having a drawing for a prize later. Now, I just wanted to have you stand for the national anthem because we have Joe Adams here who's going to sing the national anthem for us to get started today. Joe?
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Joe. Now I would like to introduce to you Gilbert Chan, who is the Senior Vice President of Marketing for ChineseWorldNet.com, the organizers of this tremendous event. Gilbert?
So first of all, I'd like to welcome you all for coming here today. Thank you very much for supporting this event. This is the 6th Annual Global Chinese Financial Forum Toronto Conference 2006. So very welcome to you all for coming to support us, because without you all to be here at this special luncheon function, our event won't be as successful as it is too. So you can tell I'm actually losing my voice because this event is getting exciting. I'm answering many questions, inquiries from different people all over the place. So bear with me here. And our company, ChineseWorldNet.com, has been around since 2000. We've built a very good bridge between companies here and financial institutions, public companies, and groups that wanted to tap into the Chinese investors in North America. So also on the other side of things, we want to serve the Chinese investors here in Canada and also in the States, because we feel like they're underserved in many cases because of lack of information in the financial media, and also the information they got is very limited. So that's why we built this platform, ChineseWorldNet.com, and in 6 years ago, and also now involved into conference as well. So Global Chinese Financial Forum has been around for 6 years, and we're built in Vancouver, Toronto. 2 years ago, we're going to San Francisco. So, and then next year, actually, we'll be building a big conference in Shanghai. So that one will be, we have actually have a lot of inquiries about that since last few days in our press conference. So if you have any questions about these events, feel free to ask me or ask my colleague here, the president, Mr. Joe Tai, sitting beside me. So, so I'd just like to summarize by thank you again for you to coming here for this special luncheon event. And also feel free, after the luncheon, go to the exhibition hall to walk around different, you will find different investment opportunities all over the place. We have people coming from South Africa, Vancouver, and LA, and the States everywhere. so you can check out any good things and also participate in any specific presentations and keynote speech you want to also. So enjoy the lunch function, and if you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout later. Take care.
Thank you, Gilbert. Now, we are fortunate today to have all 4 levels of government represented at the lunch: federal, provincial, regional, and municipal. The Premier of Ontario, Dalton McGuinty, sent his regrets that he couldn't come, and there is a videotape of his remarks to the convention that you can see after the lunch in the exhibition hall. Now, our first guest that we're going to have speak to us is Tony Wong, the Member of Provincial Parliament for Richmond Hill. Tony?
Thank you, Judith. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a big honor for me to be here representing Premier Dr. McGuinty to bring his very warm greetings to all of you, especially to some of our Chinese guests who will be participating in this conference. 我在这里跟代表我们的省长麦坚迪以及安省政府对远道而来的中国的贵宾自己特别的欢迎。And I think Joe and Gilbert probably remember that I've been here since year 1 of the GCFF Toronto conference, and you certainly have come a long way. Congratulations. As some of you know, Premier Dr. McGuinty led a business delegation to China in November of last year, and the financial sector is one of the 7 major sectors that he's targeted in terms of potential business. And of course, by participating in this, by organizing these events, you've made a significant contribution between the business and economic development aspects between Ontario and China. So I want to thank Joe and Gilbert and Fournier and their team for having done so well, and I want to wish them great success. And to all of you, have a great conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. And now I'm going to call on the Honourable Brian Wilford, Member of Parliament for Richmond Hill. He is also Foreign Affairs Critic for Asia Pacific.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Richmond Hill. 大家好，我是 Brian Wilford, I am delighted to be here today. I want to congratulate the organizers on the 6th annual forum. There's no question that Canada, as a Pacific nation, has strong ties in the region, and one of my responsibilities, and I'm off to China next month, is the promotion of those links. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce just the other week talked about the need to be much more aggressive in the Chinese market. But we also have some innovative approaches. McGill University working with the People's Republic of China Bank in terms of training Chinese professionals in the banking service sector. A unique relationship. The fact that two-way trade between our two countries now ranks China almost second to Japan. The fact that we have Canadians of Chinese ancestry, about 1 million in this country, who have the cultural and linguistic links, which are very important, particularly in the financial service sector. Now that China has ascended to the WTO, and obviously the issue of the rule of law being very important in terms of investors being able to invest in China, we need to continue the type of trade missions that we've had in the past. And the fact that last year I was with Prime Minister Martin when he met with Hu Jintao in China, and Hu Jintao, of course, came back here, again cementing a number of important trade and financial links. And I just spoke about this relationship yesterday in the House. So I want to welcome you, want to encourage you to see the Greater Toronto Area, and obviously I'm sure the Mayor will talk about putting money into the Richmond Hill economy. And the fact that you're here signals your interest and your support for those links, which I believe are extremely important as we move forward. And again, congratulations to the organizers. Thank you very much. Shay Shay.
Thank you, Brian. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Mayor of Richmond Hill, Mayor William F. Bell.
Thank you, Judith. Ni hao. It's a pleasure to be here today. I want to bring you greetings from members of Council of the Town of Richmond Hill and to tell you how happy we are that you're having the second day of your forum in our town. As Mr. Wolford said, please leave money. It's always welcome, always acceptable. I want to wish you a great forum. I was told to be brief, so that's it. Shishi.
Thank you, Mayor Bell. And as you know, Richmond Hill is in the region of York. And next, I would like to introduce you to Frank Scarpiti, who is a councillor in York Region, and he is also the Deputy Mayor of the town of Markham. Frank?
Thank you very much. Leo Ma, Ni hao, and welcome everybody. I want to welcome you to the 6th Annual Global Chinese Forum and really say it's a pleasure to be here in Richmond Hill. And I think Mayor Bell will probably agree that between Richmond Hill and Markham, together we're probably the Chinese capital for the whole Greater Toronto area with the Chinese community that we have here. I really want to welcome all the delegates and the sponsors who come from China, from parts of the United States to visit this financial forum, and really congratulate ChineseWorldNet.com Inc., Joe Tai and Gilbert and the team. You've done a wonderful job in organizing this forum, and it's a great opportunity to bring together the Chinese business community to take a look at what financial opportunities exist here, certainly globally in other parts of the world, and particularly in China. Just a week ago, Markham has had some pretty strong ties with China and Hong Kong, and we formally signed an economic alliance agreement with the city of Wuhan in China. And we were very fortunate to have the governor of Hubei province come and witness that signing. He was here in Ontario visiting, and he came to Markham. And it's the beginning, I think, of a very good relationship and an opportunity to further investment opportunities both in China and here in this area. York Region is one of the fastest growing areas in the province of Ontario, indeed in all of Canada. We have close to 1 million people. We're getting very close to 1 million people in the region. And what's wonderful about this whole area, once was considered the bedroom community of the Toronto area, is now really one of the economic pistons of the Greater Toronto area. And we have a strong economy. We have opportunities here. There's jobs for everybody that's willing to work, and that speaks to the strong economy. We're home to a number of high-tech companies, head offices of multinational companies, and of course we have a very strong small business sector. So this is a wonderful place to invest, and I want to congratulate Ivy Lee and Judith Jacob with Global Connections Marketing and Modesty Group for organizing this particular luncheon. I hope that you enjoy this forum, and I know that this forum has had an opportunity to be in Toronto, to be in Richmond Hill, to be in Markham, and I'm pleased to say that we'll welcome you back in 2007 back in Markham. It's going to be held at the Hilton Suite. So have a great day. Look for all the financial opportunities. Leave money in Richmond Hill. And also make sure that you don't miss the opportunities that exist here, because I think you've come to one of the most exciting places in all of Canada. Thank you, Doce, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. And now I'm going to call upon Ivy Lee and Fornia Lau. We have a token of our appreciation for the representatives of government who have just welcomed us. And are you here, Ivy and Fornia? First of all, we're going to call back Frank Scarpiti and thank him for his presentation this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
And Brian? You're welcome. And Mayor Bell.
And this is the last one is for Ms. Ivy Lee and also Ms. Judith Kabak.
Okay, this event today wouldn't have happened without some other very important people. Our delegates, many of whom are from overseas, our speakers, sponsors, and exhibitors. And you will notice on the handout that has the program for the lunch and the menu, on the other side is a message from Gilbert, and it outlines some of the highlights for this afternoon. So please make sure that you have a look at that, because Irene So is going to be giving a presentation this afternoon, and there are exhibits to be seen, and then between 4:30 and 5 o'clock there is a drawing for some airfare to Shanghai and to Vancouver and various other places, so some very worthwhile prizes. And of course later in the lunch we'll be having our own drawing for a prize. I would like to acknowledge the media partners who've made this event possible: Canadian Business, Report on Business TV, Interfax, Eurasia.com Limited, CINA, Resource World Magazine, and Modesty Magazine, as well as the media sponsors: 680 News, Tsingtao, Global Chinese Press, Toronto First Radio, and World Journal. Now, I would like to also acknowledge the organizations that have supported us: the Malaysian Association of Canada, the Chinese International Business Development Association, the Toronto Chinese Confederation Business Association, the Toronto Venture Group, World Trade Center Toronto, and the National Angel Organization. Now, we have with us today at lunch some of the community leaders who have supported this event, and I'd like to introduce you to Gordon Landon. Would you stand up for everyone to see you, Gordon? Gordon is a former York Region councillor, and we are having elections on November the 13th in the York Region area, and Gordon is again candidate for the York Region councillor. We have here today Alpha Lai, the president of the Scarborough York Region Chinese Business Association. Alpha. And with Alpha are the 5 vice presidents of the Scarborough York Region Chinese Business Association: Samuel Ip, Tony Wu, Peter Lau, Linda Wong, and Tim Go. Thank you for coming. Now we have Alfred Huey, the past president of the Seas Center. Alfred. And Henry Lee, the president of the Malaysian Association of Canada. Hi, Henry. Would Charles Jiang please stand up, the president of the Chinese International Business Development Association? Latif Fazal, the principal of Liberty Development Corporation. Is Latif here? No. Okay. And Andy Ng, the agency director of Primal Financial Corporation. And Hong Zhou of Amity Financial Group. Esther Cheng of Primerica Financial. Hi, Esther. And we would like to, at this time, offer our special thanks to the Sheraton Hotel here in Richmond Hill for giving such a fine effort to make this event a success, and to Ron So of Creative Art Glass, who has created the presentations that we have given to the government representatives. And of course, we mustn't forget to thank the volunteers who've made this event possible as well. And you've already met them out in the lobby. There was Tony Wan, Jonathan Wan, Macy Sue, and Ivy, have I left anyone out? No? Okay, good. Thank you. And now, did we have Diana Hung with us today? And Diana Hung, I'm sorry. Okay, now we're going to call upon the staff to get started in serving the lunch. Maria, is anyone here from the kitchen? Maybe Ivy, you could go and announce that we're about ready to have lunch. Now, I would like to get perhaps Fornia, could you bring the box with the business cards here, because we're going to have the draw now. Okay, I'm going to call upon Kevin Hune, who is the founder of the Hockey Source, and he's from Markham. And Kevin is also the author of a book called Hockeyology. And Kevin has brought today this prize package, and maybe Kevin, if you'd be so kind as to hold it up. This is our version of Vanna White from the television show. But Kevin's television show is actually called The Hockey Source. And so this jersey was specifically designed, specially designed. It's a limited edition jersey that was designed for the television show. And it has a little character on there called Visor that it has an important part in the television show. Inside the other package there is an autographed book, Kevin's book, and a hat and a scarf to keep you warm in the rink, and a pen that writes in very cold weather, so it's also good to have at the hockey rink. Now, Kevin has an organization called the Hockey Source. In addition to the television show, there's a website, and this has become a global organization. And hockey, as you probably know, is Canada's national sport. And Kevin has been telling me that there is a growing interest in hockey in China. So I'm going to ask Kevin to, first of all, once we get the box, have we got that yet? With the business cards? Okay. Fornia, have we got the box of business cards yet? Oh, great. Okay, so we're going to first have the draw, and then Kevin is going to tell us a little bit about the importance of hockey in Canada. I'm going to call upon Jack Wang, the chairman of Hercopia. Jack, you are the winner of this prize. Where's Jack? Congratulations, Jack. And Kevin will now tell us a little bit about his experience with hockey.
They say if you want prosperity for a year, you got to grow grain. If you want prosperity for 10 years, you grow trees. And if you want prosperity for 100 years, you grow people. And that's what the Hockey Source is all about. I've been playing this game since I was 5, coaching, managing. Now I have a TV show, radio show starting. We're aligning with the NHL. And hockey around the world, in my eyes, is going to be a platform that just brings people together. And our goal is really just to grow people, to show them that, you know what, if you want an exceptional life, if you want to have a life that you are just so passionate about and enjoy, then come experience the game of hockey. We help 5 to 17-year-olds as far as players, and then everything that is around that hockey player, whether it's a parent, a manager, a coach, a trainer, an official, anybody just volunteering their time. And what happens when you get exposed to this great game and the cold ice and the explosion of speed, you become hooked. And I have yet to meet someone who walks into a rink and just goes, wow, this game is really catchy. And you know what? There's no borders with hockey. And that's why the Hockey Source exists. We're not about countries. We're about people. And we're here to help. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Kevin is presenting a copy of his book, Hockeyology, to the government representatives. And now it's time for us to eat and to enjoy conversations with one another, so bon appetit.
And you're from Markham. Whereabouts? Oh, good.
Are you going to